Good evening, Benfica fans, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dan the Sportsman, in which I am going to be breaking down my thoughts on the Benfica game yesterday against Vizela. In English this time. I've just uploaded one in Portuguese. I thought I'd do one in English, one in Portuguese, since we are a multilingual club and supported all over the world. And give an opportunity for maybe people that don't speak as fluently Portuguese, perhaps to hear someone else's thoughts on the game as well. But I'm going to start first and foremost for saying thank you for joining me in this video. If you do enjoy your stay, please consider liking and commenting and subscribing for future videos. I'll be breaking down Benfica results. Looking forward to games like the one we have upcoming on Thursday as well against Toulouse on the second leg of the Europa League. First and foremost, everything really about the Benfica world is what I'll be talking about. But first and foremost, to start off with Benfica Vizela. Interesting game, of course, from a statistical point of view, numbers point of view, 6-1. There's nothing to complain about. There was a lot of fans still booing, understandably. I know it's really weird to hear, but understandably from some point of view, and I kind of get it. When they started doing it on the 75th minute and we were getting dominated by Vizela at home for a 20-minute period, of course, where they scored and had 7 more shots, I think, in that period. And the substitutions weren't the most logical, in my opinion, either. So I kind of got the whistles, but winning 5-1 at home is a bit odd to start whistling. But yes, in 32 minutes, I had a note down, 32 minutes we scored 5 goals in the first half, so you can't really complain about that. It wasn't a game where we just were shooting. We had 7 shots on target and 5 of those were goals in the first half. So it was more a case of taking advantage of Vizela's mistakes, the space that Tengsted was making as well for the 3 behind him, Tiago Veia, Rafa Silva and David to run into space. I think it was a very good game by those 3. David Neres, obviously, with his contribution of 2 goals. Rafa Silva with his goal and assist. And Tiago Veia also scored as well. All of them scored. And David Neres in particular was excellent. Rafa Silva running into space, diabolical. It was incredible. And Tengsted, who won't get the plaudits because, of course, he wasn't on the score sheet, did make the space and make those runs for those players to run into. So I'd always like seeing Kasper play for that fact. When he can play against opponents that play a slightly higher line, he can really push the defenders, Anderson, in this case Anderson and Jota Gonçalves more particularly, into a wider range or out of position where our 3 F1 cars can just run into that space and take advantage of that. My thoughts on the game. Well, it's 6-1. It was a great game. Trubin again, even though he shouldn't have, but there was a period in which we were just getting... Vizela had all the ball and were having shots on target, and Trubin ended up making 5 saves. Of course, the goal was his fault, but he made up for that for the fact that he saved the penalty as well. Good game by... I like seeing Tomás Araújo as well. Good game by him. He needs a bit more of a run out, of course. Not being a regular... Not playing regular football was going to do that to you. He was very sloppy towards the end of the second half, but that's going to happen. But he's getting back to his old self, which is excellent to see. João Mário for once in midfield was good. Obviously played a different position, number 6. I think he needs to play there on Thursday, to be particularly honest. The fact that João Neves most likely won't play, given the sad news that came out today for the young one. And for Antonio Silva as well. My thoughts are with them and their family at this time. But I think it was great from that point of view. What I didn't like as much, which I had noted down, were the substitutions. Jolcier, who is a player I really want to see more of, coming on in the 90th minute when we're winning 6-1 is bizarre. He needs to be a player where instead of Di Maria coming on in the 46th minute, it was unnecessary for Di Maria to come on. If you want to take Rafa out, play Jolcier, then play 45 minutes, you're 5-0 up. Álvaro Carreras is a player who had a horrible game against Toulouse, but his confidence isn't going to get better if he's coming on again in the 90th minute. give him a little bit better run in. Should have put him on when Arsens came in on the 66th minute as well. Marshall Leonard came on the 76th minute. He seems like a player every time he has more than 5 minutes on the field, he scores goals. So I would have liked to see him again play at least a half an hour role on that as well. But overall, you're not going to complain. We won 6-1. It was a good game. Vizela, bottom of the league, you need to expect these sort of results. Of course, we played them a couple of weeks ago and for the cup, and it was 2-1. But I'm looking forward to the game this Thursday. I really hope Benfica play like Benfica, where they don't get dominated by a team in the French league that are 5 positions below relegation spot now after the weekend's results. So I'm looking forward to the game. Their fans are going to try and make it a hell and very difficult for us to play our football. But I think Arturo Cabral starting up front and having David Neres, hopefully Rafa Silva and Di Maria behind them would be good. Arsens and João Mario I'd like to see play midfield together with Murat, Otamendi. I don't think Antonio Silva and João Neves will be back for the game, but Otamendi, Tomás Araújo, I liked watching him play. I'm not sure on Carreras yet from left back point of view, but if he'll most likely probably start and Murat start with Otamendi in the centre of defence, and then Ba right back with of course the animal that is Trubin in goal, and I think we can put that a couple goals in the first half, put that game to bed, and look forward to Portimonense, which the schedule is very heavy and tight right now. But I'm really looking forward to that game. I'll do probably a proper video closer to the game, depending on how much interaction this gets or how much interest this gets. But drop me a like, comment your thoughts on the game as well, and what your predictions are for the game upcoming this Thursday in France as well. Thank you very much.